Welcome to Live in the Markets with Trader Nick. In this show, Nick will cover the latest market trends, whether they're rising or falling. Stick around to hear about trade ideas, latest news, and much more. Remember that trading involves risk and is not suitable for all investors. Today's stream is made possible by our partners and sponsors. If you're looking for a new broker, trying to get funded, or looking for a trading community to join, consider checking out the links in the description below. By using these links, you'll get access to great products and be supporting the channel.
Welcome to my live streams where I take trades on real accounts, no nonsense, no fake MT4 profits. On my streams, you'll usually see me taking a look at software tools that we use to analyze the markets to try and get the latest market trends that are going on. We study things like the Commitment of Traders report, which shows us what institutional traders are buying and what they're selling. We look at seasonality to try and predict and find opportunities in the market based on historical data. Stay tuned for the second half of the stream where we'll bring in guests from all over the place to add commentary on what's going on in the markets. Hey everybody, and welcome back to another live stream. We are back in the studio and preparing for possibly the biggest news event of the entire month. Today we have the federal funds rate coming out, and this is going to be a major decisive move in the financial markets at this time. Currently, here's just a little bit of in case you've been under a rock. The latest is that inflation here in the United States has been very high, as it has been in most places around the world. Recently, though, we saw inflation start to peak or come down from its highs. And the reason that that is such a big deal is that it opens up for potential confidence to come into the markets. But there's so many things that are in our way, right? There's so many headwinds in markets right now. Fear of recession, the Fed going too far one way, right? Raising interest rates too far and putting us into a recession. There's so much loaded action when it comes to the markets right now. And that is exactly why we are here to take a look at the markets and look for opportunities, trading setups, and things that we'll be looking at today will include some high volatility potential. So the first thing I want to talk about when it comes to all of this stuff is a little bit of what we should be expecting here. So I'm going to go to the Fed tracker really quick, and I want to show you guys this data as we get started. You guys might have noticed the market's been a little bit choppy before this news. It's because everybody is waiting to see what the number comes out to be. And I'll give you guys some info. So for the new guys, new girls out there who are newer to everything, why is this such a big deal? Well, the interest rate is coming out. The interest rate forecast here for this reporting is expected, as you can see here, to be 4.5%, which is an expected raise of 50 basis points or 0.5%. Okay, this is what is expected. Now, the Federal Reserve has a loaded agenda in terms of trying to get this inflation number to come down. The faster they raise interest rates, the faster inflation is expected to decline, right? This is their goal, as you can see in the inflation chart. This is their forecast and their plan to get inflation back down to a controllable level. But interest rates have been raising in a certain pace, and that pace is basically going to go faster, meaning they rate hike more sooner, or slower. And the slower rate is more likely to be bullish for things like gold, the stock market, and bearish for things like the US dollar. And that is exactly why this has such a decisive impact on the markets today, as we are expecting a 0.5% interest rate hike. As you can see, this column right here, what I'm looking at, this is showing that the latest report or the forecast is for it to come out at 0.5% interest rate hike. That is, of course, the forecast. We will have to wait to see what the numbers are. We have 10 minutes until the event. Stick around. I'll give you guys coverage right up until the buzzer, and we'll actually take a look at some setups and ideas as we get started. Okay. So again, the forecast for you guys today is 0.5% interest rate hike. We're going to see if that number comes out. If it comes out at 75 basis points, hold on to your pants, because, oh my gosh, the markets would go crazy. And that's why we're going to cover it. We're going to watch as things come out. Real quick, what I'm looking at here is called the A1 Edge Finder. If you want access to this, we have a free trial available. It is one of our tools available for traders. It helps us forecast the market, helps us look for setups and ideas and things that could be impactful to our trading decisions. So if you want access to this, grab a free trial of it. It is a paid product, but there is a free version and free trial available. We'll drop that link one more time if you guys don't mind on the producer side. So as we get started here, we got 900 people. Make sure to smash that thumbs up button. We're going to now transition to looking at the charts. And guys, I do have a position that I am going to be holding on to going into the news event. And you can watch whether or not I make money, lose money, whatever. You'll be able to see it live on camera with me here today. So stick around for that. Of course, gold is the chart. I have a long position on gold. I've tweeted this out this morning. If you guys don't follow me on Twitter, by the way, I'm going to drop my Twitter handle just because I'm trying to get active on Twitter. I'm going to drop it in the chat. If you want to follow me on Twitter, I posted a chart here today with a trade setup I'm in. I'm currently long gold. Click that link if you want to follow me on Twitter. It's at TraderNickFX. And looking at gold, I am bullish going into the release. We had a major push to the upside yesterday on the CPI numbers, right? CPI numbers came out cooler than expected. And what that could lean towards is, hey, the Fed might just go for a 50 basis point rate hike to stay on a more, cool path, maybe that softer landing approach to try and cool inflation, right? So we had a good number yesterday with inflation. That gave a big pump to gold. And on the pullback, I decided to go ahead and try and pick it up on the long side. So I do have a gold long position open. We broke through key resistance. We're retesting that and consolidating today. If it breaks back underneath, I will stop out of this trade and I will take a loss in front of all you wonderful people. I have no problem, showing that live without hindsight in my favor. It should be fun, right? And when I say fun, what I mean is I'm a swing trader, so it's not like I'm risking my whole account. I'm risking a very small portion. I should clarify on this trade. In fact, my position size on gold is really small. And I'll show you guys that as we get closer to the release. We've got 9 minutes here. We're going to do some rapid fire analysis. Euro dollar making a pump right before the news here. As you can see, euro is on its way up, breaking through the highs and having a really strong day. Question will be, is that going to stay the case? Of course, it shot up on the CPI news numbers yesterday as inflation came out cooler than expected. And now the question is, on today's event, if we get 50 or 75 basis points, it's very likely that we see some volatility on the euro. And I want to show you a couple levels that I'm paying attention to as we go into all of this. Of course, you have major support around 1.057. So even if this thing pulls back, you have a relatively bullish market on the euro. So the euro, in terms of technical analysis, looks very healthy to the upside. You have an upward trend going on. And it is possible that even on a negative result for the euro, meaning very positive for the dollar, which would, of course, be a 75 basis point rate hike, most likely, that could cause the euro dollar to tumble back the other direction. So we're trending higher. Market structure looks healthy here. So even on a pullback, this could be an opportunity to pick it up on the long side, in my personal opinion. But if it shoots to the high side, there's nothing here to do. I can't short it. I can't go long because I don't want to chase and I don't want to short something that looks very, very strong on the 4 hour. And even on the daily chart, really, it looks like it's got strength to the upside. Now, if you're trying to scalp a move, that's something different. We are not here to scalp. This is mostly, short-term swing trading and day trading style. So that is exactly what we'll be paying attention to. So now narrowing in on the 1 hour chart, you guys, we're looking at the euro dollar. And what you'll see is that you've got 1.061. This is a major level of support here. As we go into the news, you may see, even if this thing tumbles back, this is your first line of defense and this is your second. So these two areas look like potentially bullish pullback zones in my personal opinion. We'll keep going. Let's take a look at another dollar cross. We'll look at USD JPY and see what's going on with the yen. Big drop yesterday on CPI numbers. So of course, question is, are we going to get a retest back of the lows? Are we going to go lower here? And again, numbers come out in just over 5 minutes, you guys, and we will be doing coverage through the event. So don't go anywhere once the spike happens. There's 1,000 of you in the stream. Do me a big favor, take half a second and just hit the thumbs up button on the stream. It really helps. I want to get more people in here so we can do some more coverage as we go into the event and get it out to as many people as possible. So dollar yen took a big plummet here after hitting 137.7. And this continues to look bearish until proven otherwise. The dollar yen looks like a very bearish market, right? you have lower highs coming into this market. We have now entered into a consolidation phase. And so to be completely fair, we probably aren't in the total long-term downtrend continuation until we see a break below here. But still, there might be something for the swing traders and the day traders to take advantage of on a possible pullback. So drawing fibs from the swing high, let's assume that we get a low and that the dollar yen drives higher. You may get an opportunity to possibly pick it up on the short side. Now, of course, I'm not talking about trading the spike. I'm not a big fan of buy stops and sell stops. I think that is very, very akin to gambling, and you're going to get yourself into a lot of trouble doing that. Trust me, when the markets spike both directions, you will be left with a massive loss on your account, as spreads are terrible across universally all brokers. There's no broker that gives you just perfect entries on that. They'd be foolish to do so, because they would just be filling you with liquidity that doesn't exist. There's a gap when the market happens of liquidity. So we got to be very careful of that. Yeah, don't risk it for the biscuit. Yeah, please be very, very careful as we go into the release. We are talking mostly about swing trading opportunities, talking about the aftermath of the event. Of course, I do have a position that I've been holding on to. It's a swing trade for me. I've held it for a while, and I added a position to it yesterday, which is a gold long position. We're going to be talking about that, and we'll discuss that a little bit in more detail as we get closer. So I'll come back to gold and we'll cover that as the event actually happens. Again, we are expecting, guys, we're expecting half a basis point rate hike, as we talked about, from the Federal Reserve interest rate tracker that we have on the Fed tracker on the Edge Finder. So that is what we are forecasting. We're forecasting 0.5%. We'll see if that is correct today. And by the way, if you don't already have it, we just dropped it before, but let's drop it one more time. Here's a free trial access to the Edge Finder. This is a super useful tool if you are looking to get ready for major announcements like this. If you are trying to track what's going on, it can be very, very confusing, and there's a lot of data that you have to consume. The software basically automates that process for you. So we'll drop that link in the chat. If you guys want access to it, click this link. Get the Edge Finder for free. Try it out right there, right below me. Click that beautiful picture of myself right there, right? So grab that link and grab yourself a free trial. So let's keep going. We'll take a look at another one, GBP USD. We've got 3 minutes to go, guys, before the news spike happens. There's 1,200 of you in here. Thank you very much for tuning in. Quite the day. Of course, a very loaded market decision here today. And the pound USD continuing to look bullish, right? Again, is it going to crack and fall apart here today, or is this just going to be the start of a bigger push to the upside in the pound dollar? If you guys have been watching the streams for a while, you know the pound dollar has been something we've covered for a long time, and it's been this devastated asset. The pound has gotten crushed in the last year by that strength in the US dollar. And the question is it time for the UK to take a turn, right? Is the pound going to take a turn on this? And today is a big decision point for that as we approach serious numbers. Now, of course, we don't know what these numbers are going to be, but we have a loose forecast at 0.5% interest rate hike. That's not a guarantee. It's not a certainty. That's what we're forecasting. Okay. So we can expect volatility. We just don't know where that's going to go. And then we're going to trade the aftermath, which is what I do often on my stream. Now we have 2 minutes to go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give myself a little bit more time than I usually do. I'm going to open up 2 charts today. I'm going to be a little bit more, actually, you know what? Let's do the 4. We'll do the 4 charts, and we're going to watch the spike across the board. Today, I'm going to give myself the full 2 minutes to prep. Give me 1 second here. So do me a favor, guys, in the chat, what would you like me to pull up for the stream release? I'm going to be selfish, and I'm going to take one of them. I'm going to put gold up here on the top left, and I'll also show you guys as we get into this. I'll show you guys my position, and you guys can watch my profit and loss. Whether it's a win or a loss, I do have my trade on. Let me know which ones you want. Euro USD. Okay, so we've got euro dollar in the bottom right. So euro dollar will stay on there. Spam in the chat. What do you want me to pull up? Dollar CAD, I see. NZD USD. I'm going to wait for some more feedback to see what you guys actually want me to go ahead and do. So yeah, we'll have to see if gold, my position on gold, if we can stay in it. I'll show you guys my profit and loss, and we'll talk about that in just a moment. So spam in the chat. What do you want me to look at? We've got, what do we got? We've got 45 seconds. Gold, CAD, Swiss, dollar, yen. Let's do dollar, yen in the bottom left, USD, JPY here. And we'll also take a look at the S&P 500 in the top right. So there you go, guys. There's our charts. We're going to load them up. We've got 15-minute chart over in the top right. We've got the hourly chart. We've got 30 seconds to go, guys. Please be very careful. Do not risk your account on this. It is going to be a volatile event, and we're going to watch it together as we get going here. So let me pull up my live. Let me pull up my live thing. Here it is. And again, here it comes. We'll see what happens with the event. Here's my gold position. And we'll see what happens if gold can catch a bounce or not. All right. Markets should be moving here. Dollar yen making a move to the upside and gold going against us, it seems. Let's see. How are we doing? Gold giving back some of its gains initially. And if you guys don't mind, in the chat, let me know if you have a stat for us. Please share it with the community, share it with the group. There it goes. So something came out. Was it a 75 basis point? Let me know. 4.5% is the number. Thank you, A1 Trading Team, for that. So coming out as expected, giving back a little bit of that profit that I had on gold. So this trade, the net position there coming down a little bit, but not quite a huge reaction so far on gold. So gold shooting initially to the downside there, and now sort of reacting, coming back to the other direction. So sort of a as expected reality for this news event. So again, what do we say? We said 0.5% interest rate hike as forecasted on the Edge Finder, and that is exactly what we ended up getting. So sort of numbers came out as expected. We'll go back to our, let's see, yep, 0.5%. So we were forecasting 0.5%. Did we in fact get 4.5%? Yes, we did. Okay. Thank you guys for that feedback. It does look like that. The S&P 500 coming down here a little bit, and now kind of reversing a lot of these moves. You've got gold shooting back up as we get into it. Right, so dropped initially and shooting back to the upside there. The $1,800 mark seems to be a nice level of support for gold. And let's go back to our full screen. We'll take a look at gold on a closer look. Look at this, you guys. So gold holding steady at the 38.2. And this is where we talk about candlestick closes being very important. Because again, you can get the spike on the release, but if it just shoots right back up and actually holds this 38.2, that to me would be considered bullish and could actually offer some continuation for the gold market. So yeah, very, very interesting there. Taking a look at NAS 100. Someone mentioned NAS 100 coming down a little bit here, which is interesting. You also have SPX 500. How's that one doing? Yep, shooting to the downside, tagging support. The question is, are we in fact going to hold support on this second retest despite having a lower high? It's a little bit of a sketchy one for us looking at the S&P 500 here. US 30, another one of the indices. We'll take a look at this one, which is coming down hard on the release. So equities taking a little bit of a beating, but gold holding its own. Very interesting. Yes, coming down, don't get me wrong, but nowhere near as beaten up as the indices here as we get started with the market's reaction. Yep. Wicked off the zone you drew out. Yeah, it came down to that 61.8 and just barely tapped it. That's a sketchy move. And this is a great example, guys, of buy stops, sell stops being so dangerous, right? If you put sell stops in here, let me give you a quick example of why. Again, people learn this the hard way every single news event, right? People sell stop here and they're like, okay, well, I'm going to make money, but then they get filled here. Right? That spread gets massive. They get filled way down here, and now they're floating a huge loss instantly. Right? That is the reason we talk very poorly about buy stops, sell stops, and why that is an incredibly dangerous plan. To try and trade off of, unless you have a very good reason and good risk management to go along with it. So yeah, quite the move there on the initial spike. Some other things moving a little bit more. You've got Euro USD coming down here. And again, like I mentioned, using this as a possible pullback opportunity could be interesting. Drawing fibs from the swing low here to the swing high. We've got like the 50%. And let's actually draw it on the 4 hour, see if we can clean something up. So the 4 hour chart from this swing low here to the swing high, we've got the 38.2 lining up nicely with support here. That could be an opportunity if you do get a little bit more decline on the euro going into the rest of the day. Might be some opportunities to look for some buy setups, right? That's just my opinion, but in terms of euro dollar, I'm more bullish than I am bearish right now, just going off the momentum with that dollar being considerably weak, especially with the CPI numbers coming out yesterday and today coming out with the half a point or half a percent interest rate hike. So let's keep going. We'll look at some more pairs going back to our pound USD idea. So pound USD coming down after that. So the question is, hey, is this thing a buy on a retest? And again, similar to euro dollar, my opinion would be more bullish on this this cross than bearish until further notice. Now, I will give you one that I actually do really like on the long side, NZD USD. And look at this one. This one's actually, let's clean this up a little bit. So NZD USD coming down here on the release. And here's your hourly chart. So you've got support right around here. Swing low to swing high. 61.8. Wait a second. Hold on. NZD JPY? NZD CHF? Ooh, okay. So the NZD seems to have actually taken a little bit of a haircut here and is coming down to a level that I've been waiting for. Is this a buy? Give me 1 second, guys. I'm going to log into my account. I might be taking a trade here. So give me 1 second as I log in. I'm just logging in off screen because I don't want to show any personal data accidentally or anything like that. But I'll show you guys, and I might take a trade right here on camera. My gold trade, it didn't move a whole lot, to be honest. It initially spiked against me, but not enough to stop me out, and we are still in that trade. So let's see. We'll pull this one up. So NZD CHF. And let's go look at the edge finder. So very, very interesting. NZD CHF, still considered a buy. This is one that I've been wanting to pick up myself. So you know what? We might actually take this trade. So let me get set up here. 1 second. Okay. Standard. So I'm going to take a trade here, I think, guys. So just give me 1 second. I'm getting everything set up so that I can share the trade within the Discord. If you're inside of the Discord, then pay attention to, in just a moment, my trade alert section. If you guys are not in the Discord, can we drop that link in the chat really quick? NZD CHF. So let's look at this, see if everything's lining up. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to take this trade. Okay, so I'm in there. Trade, create new order. Oh, whoops, wrong symbol. Hold on. CHF, Rwanda. Trade. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to risk, let me see, stop loss. I want to put it below here. So we'll go 25 pips. I'm going to give this a little bit of room to breathe. 25 pips stop loss on this, relatively tight. $400 risk. It's going to put us at 148,000 units, 1.48 lots. I'm going to go long. Stop loss below. So we're in that trade. 25 pips below. And let me go ahead and get this in the Discord really quick. For VIP members, pay attention to Nick's trades. I'm about to take a trade and share it. Give me a second here. Take a screenshot, get that shared inside the group. All right. There we go. New trade. And again, if you guys are not already inside of the Discord, we do have a free version as well, which is being dropped in the chat. All right. Actually, one more thing I need to do. Let me make sure I drop the analysis on the Edge Finder here for you guys. So Edge Finder gives it a +4. bullish bias on NZD CHF. Take a screenshot of that, share that with members. This is my process whenever I take a trade. You guys can, within the trade alerts group, this is essentially what I do with each one of my trades. So there it is. Let's do some breakdown here. Pull up Discord. All right, there we go. Yeah, join the free Discord if you're not already in there. There is a free version available and a paid version. So I'm just going to get this written up for members here. Not the expected pair, but one that saw some volatility that I wanted. Pull back to major support off the 4-hour chart as NZD takes a little bit of a beating along funds rate release. Overall uptrend. Edgefinder gives this pair a plus, I believe it's a +4 or a +5. +4. +4 or buy bias as seen in images. All right, it's out. For those of you guys in the Discord, just dropped it there for you. It is in there. Yes, so I'm long NZD CHF. That is a trade I took. Of course, if you guys aren't inside of the Discord, I'm not here to give you signals. I'm not here to tell you what to trade. If you're just copying me, then you're doing it wrong. I'm not here to just provide signals or anything like that. What I just shared is a full breakdown of a trade that I've been watching. I've talked about this on stream a couple times, and I've been also waiting for it patiently to take it inside of the Discord. Inside of the Discord, I take all of my trades. I share full breakdowns, explanations to why each trade is taken. The Edge Finder is a helpful tool in that regard as well. I'm looking for this uptrend to continue. If it doesn't, I'll stop out for a small loss. It's that easy. $400 loss at the max, right? So if price does not hold this area of support, I'll be out of the trade. If it does hold it, I'll look to trail stops. And if you're not inside of the group, then you probably won't be able to see any updates from me. So you have to join to see, updates. So if I trail stops, because I don't use a take profit, right? No take profit, just trailing stops. That allows me to let trades really, really run, and it's something that we preach a lot within the group. So what's the take profit? There is none. The trailing stop updates will be shared within the Discord. If you're not in the Pro Discord, if you want to join the VIP, you can do so by joining it in the description below. So click that link, join us if you're not already inside of the Discord. And if you would like to just check it out first, again, join the free Discord. We dropped the link a couple times here in the chat. Maybe we could drop that one more time in case people missed it. All right. So how's that gold idea doing? Gold's still recovering. I'm happy to see this. We stayed in the trade, which is great news. So we're still in there. And gold, I just don't want to see it break through the 61.8. That's the big one for me. How do you trail stops? Full strategy PDF is downloadable inside of the VIP group. That's my strategy, if you will. Yeah, that's so a little bit of a chop back and forth fest when it comes to the release. But in terms of some of the other assets like S&P 500, more of a decisive move down. You've also got, of course, US 30, NAS 100, so somewhat recovering the initial drop. Euro dollar continues to look relatively healthy. Pound USD. What about dollar yen? Dollar yen we talked about from a bearish perspective. Didn't quite get up to that 50% idea, but very close, right? From a bearish perspective, a retest of that area looks like it might just be a nice sell opportunity in my opinion. Targets or planned goal would be to see if we get a move at least back down to the previous low. The previous low being this little wick that we saw here. Big rejection there on the dollar yen. So there you go. That's dollar yen for those of you who are watching that. Blessings, man. Thank you, Sam. Good to see you. Hey, and everybody who joined the stream, thank you for being here. We've got a lot of stuff to do. It's a very, very big week. How about the NZD USD trade setup? I do like NZD USD, and this is also one that I would say is worth taking, but I just wanted NZD CHF. It produces a higher swap rate, which is a little bit of an advanced thing if you're new to trading, but essentially it pays you to hold NZD CHF overnight. So I usually tend to favor it. But if I go back to the watch list, NZD USD is also up there, or is it? Where is it? Oh, it's right here. Yeah, it's under the buy category. So if I filter this thing by bias, I take out the neutrals. What you'll see here is that we've got a pretty good list of assets, a lot of things on the buy side today on the watch list. And we changed this recently. This is the watch list on the Edge Finder. And it's been kind of cool. Guys, do me a favor. If you use the Edge Finder, type me in the chat. I want to see if there's a lot of Edge Finder traders within the group watching the stream today. If you guys use this tool or you've used a free trial, even if you don't have the full version, if you use this thing, let me know in the chat. Type me. Just let me know that you guys are here because I want to ask you guys something. What's up, Carl, Afisi? Thank you, guys. Good to see all the regulars. A lot of regulars who use the Edge Finder or try it out. It's good to see you guys. Okay, so this is our watch list, right? I wanted to ask you guys something. If you don't mind, give me one second. I'm going to grab the link for you on something. I could really, really use your feedback. I have an intern for me right now, and she did a great job. She shared, we put together a survey, and I need you guys' help. Okay, so if you use the Edge Finder on a consistent basis, help me out real quick. I mean, help me help you, basically. I'm going to drop a link in the chat, and if James Chandler, if you guys don't mind just pinning this on the channels, this would be really helpful, or at least until we hand off the stream or something. This is a survey. Can you guys fill out this survey? If you use the Edge Finder, help us out. We're trying to improve this thing. I want to ask you guys, which features of the Edge Finder are your favorite? Fill out this form that just got dropped in the chat. If you fill that out, you're just going to be helping out the team. We are trying to do some updates, trying to do some improvements on the Edge Finder. And this is your chance to contribute. This is your chance to help us design it and improve it for you. Is the Edge Finder used for scalping or swing trading? AB Party, we have people who use it for day trading. Some people scalp with it, and people use it for swing trading. Swing trading, day trading, and scalping. It really is a multi-purpose tool. All it does is it scans for major data. It allows you to build a bias on particular assets, and then you use it within how you trade. It is it's not a trading strategy. It's not a signal. It's not like it tells you to buy here and sell here. It's not like that. It's a bias. It's a scanner. It allows you to look at several metrics at the same time. So for example, like the market heat map, this will give you the strongest movers of the day. So just at a quick glance, you could come in here and you could take a look at things that are moving the most on the day. If it would load, you can see some of it's loading. It's loading in. But like, for example, if I'm looking at JPY pairs, NZD JPY is down big today. Swiss yen is up. NZD CHF is down on the CHF crosses. If you're looking at the euro pairs or the pound pairs, here's the strongest of each one. You can look at the currency heat map. You also have Smart Money Tracker. This allows you to take a look at what institutional traders are buying and selling, which is an incredibly popular one. And I'd be curious to see, again, what you guys think, but fill out that survey. We just put out the survey in the chat. Fill that out when you get a chance. If you are an Edge Finder user, it would really, really help our team to figure out what you guys want to see more of. But anyways, we also have the Fed tracker, which was a big one today, right? This allowed us to look at the forecast, and it did actually come out correct, exactly as expected. We got a 0.5 point interest rate hike, which was something that we saw there on the Edge Finder. So kind of a cool little well, not even little. It's a huge tool. We've put a lot of time and money into building this thing. But yeah, if you don't already have it, if this is like your first time streaming with us or something, make sure to get the free trial that we dropped in the chat. And we'll drop that one more time if you guys don't mind, so that anybody who would like to try this tool out, fill this link out, and one of our team members will reach out to you to try this tool out. So I took a trade in the CHF. Let's go check on that. Again, it's not a day trade, it's a swing trade. So, this thing might take some time to play out, but we picked it up long here at support. My thought process is we put in a low. I would like to see that be the low of the day. If it breaks that by much, I'll be out of the trade for a small loss of $400. It is a small loss on this account. So what does the heat map tell you? It tells you the biggest movers. If you're a day trader, this is a great, the heat map is a great tool for day traders, because heat map allows you to see which things are moving the most, which things are moving the least. And knowing that can give you insight as to, if I'm a day trader, I want to trade momentum, right? I want to look for something that's moving. So yeah. Anthony says, I have the edge finder, well worth the money. Thank you, Anthony. I appreciate that. Yeah. Yep. So NZD CHF looks like a double top. Well, it looks like it's in just consolidation. I mean, you could draw it up to be a double top. You could, if it, and I would actually agree, this would be a double top if it broke what we would call the neckline, right? Or if you're looking at head and shoulders, right? Patterns only really mean something, at least in my experience, when they actually break and show signs that they've happened, right? If you call everything a double top or a double bottom, you're going to say, oh, double top. Oh, double top, right? Oh, double top. You see my point? So like when I call something a double top, I want to see it actually break and move back to the direction before calling it a double top, which in that case, I'll be well out of the trade. But in many cases, this is just pullbacks before continuations. And we'll see if I'm correct about this. Again, I risked small, so it's a small risk. So yeah, so we bought the pullback, risking small, stop below structure. If it breaks, it breaks. We're out for a small loss. Gold, we'll go back to gold here for a second. Still recovering, which is great. Great to see that we're still surviving, right? We're surviving on that trade, which is good. And so, yeah. Is it a good time to get in on NZD USD? That should be a question that you answer for yourself. Truthfully, I know that sounds like I'm being annoying, but that is the truth. If you don't have a trading strategy, if you're just asking other people to tell you when to buy and sell, you are going to have a lot of pain in markets because this stuff is hard. It's not easy to, you need to understand why you take a trade before you take it. If I talk about something and I say I'm bullish on something and I like this trade setup, that doesn't mean, okay, you go take it, right? What that means is this is my thought. This is my opinion. You may see the markets differently than me. You may trade different time frames than me. You might trade as a day trader or a swing trader differently than me. You might risk less than me. It's different per trader. So when I talk about a setup or idea, I'm not telling everybody, oh, go take that trade. I'm telling you, this is my thought process. This is my entry. This is the risk I'm willing to take, and I'll accept if I'm wrong, right? So NZD USD, from technical analysis perspective, I think it's hitting a nice support level. If it's going to stay bullish, this would be probably a decisive point. We'll see if it can hold the 61.8. If it holds that, it might be due for a nice trend continuation. So I do like the technicals to the long side. But yeah. Yep. Tim, I see what you said. Yeah, like the thing is, if you always call something a double top, this is the danger about double top, right? You're like, okay, it's coming up, it's going to top out. But if it's trending, right? If we're trending, it will just sometimes do something like this. And you say like, oh, well, that didn't work out. And then you're like, oh, it's going to double top, it's going to double top. And it does that, right? A double top instead looks more like this, at least how I like to look at it. So you get, like, let's say a big move and then we top out, right? And then we come back and we do in fact see rejection. We wait for that rejection and then we say, okay, well, it still could shoot to the moon, right? It could just be consolidating. What tells us that, hey, it might be reversing is if support breaks back underneath, then I think you have more of an opportunity to look for possible sell side continuations. That would be a double top, right? But nothing here is telling me double top, if that makes sense. Does that make sense to you guys? Type yes in the chat if that made sense. NZD USD looks better than NZD CHF. Yeah, I mean, I like them both, to be honest. I just like NZD CHF also. Why did it open the wrong chart? I like NZD CHF also because of the positive swap. This thing pays you positively to hold it on my brokerage on the long side. Let's see. Is there any other setups? I'm going to go back to the watch list. USD CAD, CHF JPY. What about Euro NZD? What's up, Dre? Thank you for the 2, my friend. Check out EJ. You got it, sir. Thank you for the donation. I appreciate that. Euro NZD, making it rain, Mr. Dre. Sorry, did I looked up the wrong thing. Euro JPY is what you said. All right. Euro yen for Mr. J. So Euro yen, just from a quick technical analysis perspective, broke structure to the downside, has been moving up. Looks pretty healthy recently. So here's your 4-hour view. This would be bullish for me. Bullish unless we break this level. If we break that level, then trade idea is off. But somewhere in this area, scooping it up at support, looks like we could see a return to the highs, may see continuations, right? So I think the entry for me, I know, hindsight 2020, would have been trying to buy it on the pullbacks, right? Pullbacks into support like this is a major support zone. So nothing to do here, no trade there. The next idea would be one of two things for me. From a technical analysis standpoint, either a breakout to the upside and then pullback, continuation, simple enough, or a retest of this low that's been stubborn, stops below saying, hey, you know what? Maybe I'll try it one more time. If it breaks that level, I'm out. Both of those scenarios, I think, look healthy for Euro JPY. Again, just my opinion, but we'll see. Euro yen looks relatively healthy compared to some of the other things. Euro NZD, though, let's look at this one. Let's start fresh on this guy. So Euro NZD off the 4-hour chart, potentially close to retesting. Very interesting. This is another chart I want to take a trade on. Very, very interesting. Okay, let's see. 226. I got a couple minutes here. Can I squeeze out a second trade? All right. Euro NZD doing its thing. I'm going to risk 90 pips on this guy. $90 pips, $400 loss. Sell side. Stops above. Okay, let's do this. Euro NZD on the sell side. All right, so we're in this trade as well. So what did I say? I said, I say 80 or 90 pips? I said 90 pips. Yep. 90 pips stop loss on this guy. Stops in place. Give me 1 second as I write this one up. We're going to have to do another really quick version. I got to be quick this time. I mean, I try and be quick every time, but it is takes me a second. All right, taking a screenshot. I'm taking a second trade on the screen. I apologize for all the delay, but the setups are here today. I'm liking all this this opportunity. I'm gonna take 2 trades on the NZD pair. Not something I usually do, or NZD currency. Not something I usually do is take more than one on the same thing, but I'm risking really small on each one, and I like both setups a lot. So let me go back to this one. So Edge Finder, minor currency crosses, Euro NZD was on the watch list for the last couple of days, and I'm going to pick it up on the short side. Strong sell bias here, and we'll see if we can catch something here. So I'm going to go ahead and share that within the Discord. Let's see. Next trades, give me 1 second. Next trades right here. So of course, if any updates that I make to my positions, I'll be sharing it inside of the group. Here it is, risking 91 pips on this trade. Price pulling back to major resistance on the 4-hour chart. Ooh, edit message. Hold on. Strong downtrend on the daily 4-hour. Doing that. Edit message. Hedge finder gives this pair a strong sell. Check image for details. Image attached. And we are short. All right. 2 positions in one stream, guys. We are busy today, and I was able to get that out really quick. So let me so there we go. 2 positions. There you go. And we are good to go. So yep, I've got my position on. We'll see what happens with that. So I went short Euro NZD and long NZD CHF, 2 NZD pairs, which I don't usually take 2 positions on the same general asset, but I like both setups a lot. They're both showing up on the Edge Finder. So that's going to be 2 trade setups for me today. And yeah, so last thing I will say is if you guys want to use the Edge Finder, if you want to try it out, if you missed our earlier mentions of it, you can try it out for free. We do have a free trial version available. Click the link that's being dropped in the chat. My team is going to drop that for you. You click that link, you fill it out. One of our team members will reach out to you to try the software out for yourself. It's how I find all of my trading setups. It is super convenient to have a scanner for you. It just points out, which charts are moving, which things could offer some nice bias to the long or short side. Of course, it doesn't do everything for you, but it's a super convenient tool. So try that link out, click this. And as you do that, as you fill that link out, we're going to hand the stream over to our next guest. His name is Tom. He's awesome. He's going to do some more chart setups and post news analysis with you, which I think is going to be great. So stick around. We'll be here with Tom in just a second, right after this. Check it out.
Remember to check the description below if you're looking for a trading community to join.
Good evening, guys. How are you? I hope you've all still got the shirt on your back after the interest rate decision. Yeah, my name's Tom. I'm from, my channel is Simply Forex, guys, and I'm going to be with you for the next 45 minutes or so, guys. So get as many questions as you like over to me. Maybe you want me to analyze a pair for you. Maybe you're having problems with money management, psychology, trading techniques. Yeah, anything you like, guys, I am yours for the next 45 minutes or so. All right, guys, so get as many questions as you like over to me. What I'm looking at now, guys, is just sort of the aftermath of the Fed interest rate decision, okay? And that was super hawkish, I would say, yeah? Very, very hawkish, okay? So they said they're going to increase interest rates midterm 2023 up to 5.1%. And that's 17 out of the 19 members said this, okay? If you compare that to a month ago in September, none of the members were increasing the interest rate to over 5%. So, yeah, super hawkish. All right, guys? So we're just sort of looking at what reaction we have currently. So this is Euro US dollar, and this is the hourly chart. So, yeah, obviously, if it's hawkish, it means they're looking to increase interest rates. And that's obviously given strength to the dollar. Okay, so we're seeing this right now. But to be honest with you guys, the real important thing now is the press conference, which literally has just kicked off. Yeah, I've got Bloomberg in the background. I'm sort of keeping an eye on that. And it'll be interesting to see what they say in the press conference. So initially, it's been a very hawkish theme, but like I say, let's see what's said in the press conference as well. So that'll be on for the next 15, 20 minutes. So it'll be interesting to see how that affects price. But yeah, hawkish at the moment. And to be honest with you guys, it's the press conferences that, that really move the dollar and the currency pairs. Yeah, it's how they arrived at that decision of 4.5%. Yeah, we had a 50 basis point increase, and it's more how did they arrive at that rate. That's what's important, guys, and that's what's coming out now. That's what they're talking about now. So this is really what's important at the moment, guys. All right. So yeah, as you can see, euro US dollar still coming down, guys. All right. If we go over and look at an indice now, guys, let's look at the S&P 500. So if it's hawkish, which the projections were, yeah, then this obviously limits economic growth. All right, they want to, hawks basically want to control inflation by increasing interest rates and reducing the supply of money, and this limits economic growth. All right, so this is what you're seeing now, guys. Yeah, this is having a real negative impact on the indices. Okay, so yeah, interesting to see. Doves, yeah, doves are the opposite, guys. They encourage economic growth by increasing money supply and generally want to lower interest rates. All right, so that's the different views, yeah, doves and hawks, guys. So yeah, just wanted to share that with you. Yeah, like I say, guys, get as many questions over to me as you can. I've seen a couple of questions from Nick's earlier, so we can take a look at a couple of your questions now, guys. So Shubham Mehta wants to look at pound Japanese yen. All right, so let's take a look at pound Japanese yen. Actually, guys, before we do, I am going to show you a very simple strategy that you can use when we trade the news, guys. All right, so let me show you this strategy, guys. Super simple. Let's take a quick look. All right, so euro US dollar. Yeah, if we look back at yesterday, guys, yeah, remember this candle here. Yeah, this was that CPI data from yesterday, and we're now currently seeing the interest rate decision and the press conference currently happening. Okay, but this CPI figure, okay, this is a very tradable piece of news, okay, more so than the interest rate decision, because the interest rate decision is all about the press conference, and during that press conference, price can really, you know, go up and down and be volatile depending on what's said. Whereas CPI data is just one piece of data that is released with no press conference, okay? So I'm going to show you a strategy. We can trade with pieces of data like CPI or even GDP. Okay, so like I say, guys, this was the CPI data that was released yesterday, and it was worse than expected and made the dollar super weak, yeah, because it was worse than expected. So it's a very simple strategy, guys. Okay, so all we're going to do is replay this market. Okay, so bear with me, guys, because I'm learning how to use TraderView. All right, guys, so we have we're going to replay this market. Okay, so this is currently the hourly chart just before the CPI data is released. All right, so how we trade this is like this, guys. So here we are going to put let me do that again. So here, guys, this level here, we're going to put a buy order, and this level here, we're going to put a sell order. Okay, so you have to give these a bit of room, because as you know, when news comes out, there's a lot of slippage, guys. Okay, so yeah, we're going to put this blue line here, we're going to have a buy order. Okay, we're not in the market, but if this gets triggered, we are in a buy. Okay, so we've got a buy order at this top blue line here. All right, and at this lower level here, this blue line here, yeah, we're going to put a sell order. Okay, so remember, guys, this is literally just before the news is released. Okay, so we don't know what the market's going to do. You know, when this data is released, nobody knows what the data is going to be. And if you do, that's inside trading. okay? But nobody knows, yeah? Nobody knows how that data is going to be released and what the reaction's going to be. But this allows us to take advantage of that move, all right? So this one here is a buy order. This level here is a sell order, okay? So now I'm going to play this replay, okay? So the news has just been released, okay? And let's see the reaction, guys, all right? Let's just follow this through. Okay, and let's just stop it there, guys. Okay, so yeah, remember this blue line? This was a buy order, yeah, and this lower level here was a sell order. Okay, and as you can see, price has come up, taken our buy order, okay, and then we are in profit, guys. Yeah. So, like I say, very simple strategy, guys, just to trade the news. All right, but for this to be effective, the news really has to move in one direction very quickly. Okay, so there are some pitfalls on how we trade this pair. Okay, how we trade this strategy. Sorry. So first of all, if we've got a buy order here, slippage would probably get us filled around here. Okay, so this would actually be our buy order because of slippage, guys. Yeah, because when news comes out, yeah, how we get filled is yeah, there's a bit of slippage, guys. Okay, but as you can see, our sell order didn't get filled. All right, and all we've done is just followed this momentum up to this level here. Okay, what I like to do, guys, once this news has been released, is look at the 15-minute chart, and all I'm going to do is basically, when I start seeing some sellers coming to the market, I'm going to exit. I'm going to exit. All right, so I would have exited here. Okay, we entered about here, what with slippage, and just with this very simple news strategy, you would have made this amount of pips, which is around around 60, 70 pips profit. All right, guys, so I just wanted to show you that because obviously today is a big news day, and that's just one method we can use to trade the news. Guys, please get your questions over to me. Yeah. Yeah, guys, as many questions as you like over to me. All right. I'm going to show you now a few things that I'm looking at, guys, in the markets. Okay. So for me, I have been looking at the yen pairs. Okay, guys, I've been looking at the yen pairs. So if we drop to the day chart, and guys, yeah, if you enjoyed that news strategy, then why not join my channel? Yeah, Simply Forex. The link is in the live chat. Come and join us. Yeah, we would love to have you on our channel. Okay, so come join us. Let me have a quick drink of vodka. Okay. So yeah, this is what I've been looking at, guys, is some of the yen pairs. And this is one particular pair. And I know some of you, so Subham, Metha, some of you guys wanted to see the pound yen analyzed. So I am going to analyze it for you. Okay, so on the day chart, what are we seeing? So price was clearly in an uptrend. Okay, we had higher highs, higher lows, higher highs. Yeah, and then price started breaking down. We didn't get lower lows, but we got lower highs and then eventually lower lows. So we've had lower highs, yeah, and lower lows. So ever since then, guys, we've been in a downtrend. Okay, I took shorts from this level again. Yeah, I took shorts down to this gray zone. All right, here. And now price has come back up and it's in this gray zone again. Okay, so really price is ranging with this pound yen. Okay, but we can trade a ranging market. Yeah, no problem. We can sell at these levels. Yeah. And we can buy at these levels. Yeah, this is how we trade a ranging market. All right, so because of this, yeah, I'm seeing a ranging market. It's come up to our gray zone here, and we had a bearish candle form yesterday. Okay, This was quite news related, to be honest with you. Yeah, so yeah, the CPI data had a big impact on the formation of this daily candle, but we've had a bearish candle. So looking at this, I think we can take price back down to this grey zone. Okay, so this is how I trade, guys. I look at the daily chart to give me my direction, and I need reasons why I can short a pair, I can long a pair, or I stay the hell out. Okay, these are your three options. When you analyze all of your charts, which I do every morning, guys, I analyze 28 currency pairs, also look at gold, oil, and the indices. All right, so every morning I look at those, and then I basically dwindle it down to, let's say, 3 or 4 currency pairs. And I do that by just looking at the day chart, the weekly chart, and the daily chart. And if I have good enough reasons to enter a pair, yeah, I will, but I'll drop down to a lower time frame. Okay, so for all of those reasons, yeah, we're at our grey zone. We were in a downtrend before we started hitting this range, and we've got a bearish candle form at our grey zone. So these are the reasons why I was looking for shorts today. But obviously, with the interest rate decision, yeah, I just sat on my hands. This is a skill as well. So we've looked at the day chart, guys, to give us our direction and what we're looking at. Yeah, why will I enter this pair? And then, guys, I drop down to, let's say, the H4 chart next, and we want to see what this is doing. So before today started, all right, I was looking for a break of this grey zone. Yeah, a break of this grey zone. And that's exactly what we got, guys. Yeah, this candle here broke this grey zone. All right, I was looking for a break, a retest, and then we can take price back down to here. But obviously, guys, the interest rate decision, there's too much news for us to trade, really. Okay, we need to wait for the dust to settle. So this was my trade idea, but we've had a large green candle close back inside. So I would be reluctant to start shorting this yet. All right, I would perhaps want to see price come back up to this grey zone. Then we get a bearish reaction, and then we can start taking price lower. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing on the H4. And then, guys, I drop down to the H1 because this is my entry time frame. This is how I enter. I take a higher time frame view in terms of the daily and the weekly chart, but I actually enter on the hourly chart. It really refines my entry. That allows me to have tighter stops. All right. So yeah, this is a real obscure reaction, yeah, because we had a break of this grey zone, yeah, and if the news wasn't coming out and we saw this reaction, I would be looking to take shorts. All right, but the news has come out, so we'll see what happens. So potentially, if this candle closed back but into this grey zone here, I would potentially look for shorts. Or price might want to come all the way back up to this area here, or even these highs, and then we get a reaction and we can start taking price lower. So these are the 3 things I'm looking at today on how to short the pound against the Japanese yen. Okay, so that was one of the trade ideas for today. Guys, like I say, please get as many questions over to me as you like. I look forward to all of your questions. Okay, the enlightened ones. What do we do currently? Unless you're a news trader, you sit on your hands. Yeah, sit on your hands and wait for the market to, but basically settle down. We'll wait for the press conference to finish. We'll have a better idea of where the market's at, and then we can start trading, guys. Okay, unless you're a news trader and you've heard this hawkish view of the Fed, then you could trade that. But if you don't know what you're doing with regards to the news, don't trade it. Yeah, wait for price to settle down and then trade the technicals like you normally would. Okay, so James asked, did I take that trade yesterday with my simple news strategy? To be totally transparent with you, James, I didn't trade that strategy yesterday. I stayed out of the CPI data yesterday, okay? Are we expecting any news anytime soon? Joanne, we've had the news. Yeah, we had a 0.5 basis increase, and the Fed has been very hawkish. Range. Okay, so we can look at a fib retracement, guys, quickly. But with regards to indicators in general, I don't really use indicators, guys. The only indicator you will see on my screen is this. Yeah, this is a moving average 20. And I use this as, dynamic support. Yeah, you can see it acted as support here, or dynamic resistance, really. Okay, so that's the only indicator I use because all other indicators are lagging. Yeah, all the information you need, guys, is in the candlesticks, in the support and resistance levels, and in price structure. Yeah, potentially volume as well. But these are the three things I look at, guys. All the information I need is in those three things. All right, so yeah, I don't use indicators. We could use a fib retracement because this is real time. Yeah, this is not delayed. So let's look at a potential pair here. All right, so this move here, guys. Yeah, let's have a look at a fib retracement here. Okay, so yeah, so guys, let me just reset. Oh no, let's not do that. Guys, I have my fib levels set to something slightly different. Okay, guys, Dan, Joanne, I will do a fib retracement for you another time. Okay. Can we look at Euro Swiss franc, Tom? Afisi, yes, we can look at Euro Swiss franc. Let's do that. So Euro Swiss franc, guys. Guys, I'm going to show you what I do every morning with every trade. Okay, so we're going to do a top-down approach. All right, and a top-down approach is by looking at the highest time frame and then working our way down to the hourly time frame, which is the time frame that I trade. Okay, so Afisi, this is for you. So first of all, guys, we need to look at the structure. What is the structure telling us? Okay, I suggest you do this with every currency pair every morning so that you have a full understanding of that pair. All right, so weekly chart, we are clearly in a downtrend. Yeah, you don't have to be Warren Buffett to see that, but price has pushed back up and this last high was broken. Okay, so for me, we have, once this high here was broken, we were in an uptrend. All right, and then price has found a little bit of support, and so potentially can come back up. So structurally, that's what I'm seeing on the weekly chart for the Euro Swiss franc. Okay, then the next thing I do is plot my support and resistance levels. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. So this here is clearly a level. Okay. All right, so this last low over here is a potential area of resistance here. Okay, so I still think price has room up to this level on the weekly chart before we find some resistance. Okay, and price is above the moving average 20. Okay, and again, it's been used here as potential dynamic support. So these are all the things I'm looking at on the weekly chart. Then I drop down to the daily chart. Okay, and this, guys, paints a slightly different picture. Okay, because this is really in a downtrend. So again, yeah, price was in an uptrend. Okay, but when this low was broken, we were then in a downtrend. And since then, this high here has not been broken. Okay, so this is what I'm seeing. Yeah, we're still in a downtrend, although I'm seeing sort of an ascending triangle. Okay, this is the pattern I'm seeing. So potentially a break out of here, we could take things higher. Okay, so that's what we're seeing on the Euro Swiss franc. We are still technically in a downtrend, but we are seeing an ascending triangle. This is one of the trading patterns we'll see in the markets. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing in the market. Let's again plot some support and resistance levels so we can see clearly what's happening. And this level here is clearly a level that price has been reacting at. It's reacted here, here, and here. So this is proving a good area of resistance, of resistance, guys. So for me to trade Euro Swiss franc, okay, depending on the, take into consideration the weekly chart is newly in an uptrend, I would want to see something like this. I could trade it if we get a break of this high, these highs out of this gray zone. I think we have room back up to this weekly area of resistance. Whereas if we break out of this ascending triangle and price breaks down, I think we have room back down to this low here. Okay, so it really depends what happens at this gray zone, guys. All right. So we need to see a bullish reaction out of the gray zone. Let's start buying, or we see a bearish reaction that breaks this triangle, and then we can start shorting. Okay, Afisi, so I hope that answers your question. Okay. So, Joanne, if you're a new trader, if you want to access the news, there are many things you can look at. There's many. Just go to economic calendar. Just type economic calendar into the search, into your search engine, and it will come up with when all the news is released all day. Okay, so check that out, Joanne. Waza, Aussie dollar, US dollar. I can check that out for you, no problemo. And guys, if you're enjoying my analysis, then why not come join us? Yes, come join my channel, Simply Forex. Yeah, the link is in the video description. Click on that and you can join my channel, guys. I do this analysis every single day. All right. Right, Aussie dollar, US dollar. So obviously we're still in the aftermath of the interest rate decision and the press conference was. So please take that into consideration. Okay, but let's take a look at Aussie dollar, US dollar. So again, guys, we're going to do a top-down approach. Yeah, I suggest you do the same. So on the weekly chart, what are we seeing on the Aussie dollar, US dollar? So first of all, structure, what are we seeing? So we are clearly in a downtrend, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. You don't have to be Warren Buffett to see that is in a downtrend. And then price has come back up to here, all right? So this is now an interesting level because I am now going to plot my support and resistance, all right? But structurally, we're in a downtrend. So let's plot this area here. So this whole area here is an interesting area for the weekly chart. Yeah. How do I plot these gray zones? Well, I'm just looking where price has reacted, and price has reacted here, here, here. Okay, it's reacted many times in this gray zone, guys. Okay. Yeah, okay. So price has reacted many times in this gray zone. So this gray zone is a potential area of resistance. Okay. So bearing that in mind, let's now take a look at the day chart. All right. So for me, guys, once it reached this gray zone, it looked to me like price was slowing down. Yeah. First of all, guys, price was trending strongly. Okay, higher highs, higher lows, but then it found the high, come back down, it broke that, but then we were seeing quite bearish candles to come back down. Yeah, but yesterday, because of that CPI data, we had a super bullish candle. Okay, so the news has made this currency pair difficult to trade. All right. But again, what do I want to see? So what I want to see, guys, is this. Okay. Now we're in this gray zone. On the day chart, I want to potentially see a breakdown in structure. Okay. So we're clearly in an uptrend. All right. But for me, if we're going to start shorting this, I want to see something like this. Yeah. I want to see a breakdown in structure, breaking these lows, and then we can start shorting this pair. And we are back with the weekly trend. All right. We could start doing this. Or, yeah, if price starts breaking out of this gray zone, yeah, then I think we have more room to the upside. Okay. So that's what I want to see, guys, on this Aussie dollar US dollar pair. Again, we're in an important gray zone, an important weekly zone we're at currently. Let's see what price does. Okay. But, I personally want to see a breakdown in daily structure. Okay. Because I am more inclined to short this pair because of that weekly chart. Okay, so yeah, I hope that helps you with the Aussie dollar US dollar. Let's take it one step further, guys. So now I'm seeing this. Let's drop down to the H4 chart because this is how I trade. What am I seeing on the H4 chart? So currently, guys, yeah, we're in an uptrend. Okay, we're clearly in an uptrend. So for me, I would only be looking for longs with this structure on the H4. Yeah, this area through here is an important zone. It's now reacting at this zone. So potentially we have room to the upside. So we could still come up further into this gray zone a bit more. Okay, but if price breaks this important level through here, yeah, breaks down, then I think we have some room to the downside. Okay, so we can start dropping down to the lower time frames to really, make our entries more accurate. Yeah, so yeah, this is what I would be looking at here, guys. All right. Okay, guys, like I say, guys, get your questions over to me. You've got 45 minutes with me. Ask me as many questions as you like. Mike Wazaki, New Zealand US dollar. Let's take a look at that one for you. So obviously it's going to be highly correlated with Aussie dollar US dollar, which we've just looked at. But let's take a look at New Zealand US dollar, guys. Before I do, let me take a sip of vodka. It's not too late for vodka. It's about 11:30 p.m. where I am in the world. Right, guys, New Zealand US dollar. Let's take a look. All right, guys, again, we're going to do a top-down approach. You should do the same with your trading. Yeah, give yourself, even if you trade the lower time frames, give yourself a big picture point of view. All right. So you do not need to be Warren Buffett to see that price is at an important zone here. I would say all of this is an important zone. All right, on the weekly chart. Yeah, let's remove this blue line. Okay, so on the weekly chart, guys, we're seeing this. Yeah, price again is in a downtrend. Lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs. Admittedly, price has had a huge rally, and just look how bullish all of these candles are. Yeah, bullish, 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 bullish. But now we're at this interesting level, yeah, which corresponds with these last highs, and even this low over here. So like with a lot of the US dollar major pairs, we are at very interesting levels on the weekly chart. Okay, so from this area, we need to see a reaction, but again, price is very overbought. Look how far price is away from my moving average. Yeah, if you put an oscillator, RSI, or any of the oscillators you use, it will be telling you that price is overbought. Okay, so price is overbought and it's at an interesting area of resistance. Okay, so we potentially have room, I would say, back down to this level. all right, this last low here, before we have a bounce up. Okay, so this is what I'm seeing, but this is what I need the market to tell me this is what it's going to do. I won't just trade what I think blindly. I will wait for the market to tell me what is going on. All right, so this is the weekly chart. We're now going to drop down to the daily chart, guys. Okay, so let's drop down to the day chart. And again, we are at this gray zone. All right. It'll be interesting to see how the daily candle, which is currently forming, it'll be interesting to see how that forms now. All right. Sorry, today, how it finishes today. But again, there's two ways you can trade this. You can be super aggressive and trade a weekly level. So price is in this gray zone. Let's imagine we get a huge rejection wick and a red candle, looks something like this. Yeah, we could potentially start trading this short. All right, so that's one school of thought. Yeah, price comes to one of our support resistance levels, we get a very bearish or bullish candlestick pattern, and then we can start entering. So imagine this is a very bearish candlestick pattern, yeah, a bearish engulfing candlestick pattern. So we will be against the day trend. You are going against day trend, which is why it's very aggressive. But you could start shorting this straight away. Okay, so that's one school of thought. We could start trading it like this. How I like to trade, guys, is this. So once price gets to our gray zone, I want to see a breakdown in structure. All right, I want to see a breakdown in structure. So let's say price does something like this, okay, and then we get a break. Yeah, once we break this daily low, yeah, we haven't formed a higher high, yeah, and then we get this break. I think we can start shorting this from this gray zone. But this is going to be quite a few days that you have to wait for a trade, yeah, for price to form a new low and then break it. Okay, but that's what I would like to see at this gray zone. I would not be willing to buy into this gray zone. Yeah, I'm not willing to buy into resistance. That is what crazy people do. Don't be crazy. Don't buy into resistance and do not short into support. That even rhymes. Okay, yeah, don't do these things. Crazy people do that. So that's what I would want to see on the New Zealand US dollar, Mike. I hope that helps. Yeah. Okay, guys. Can you touch a bit on psychology? I mean, Tishiomo Palai. Psychology is such a huge thing in trading. Yeah, it's more important than your strategy, than almost your understanding of reading the markets. Your psychology is the most important thing that you have to overcome. Yeah, a lot of the common pitfalls are, you know, jumping into trades, basically being impatient, jumping into trades too early, getting out of trades too quick, staying in losing trades too long, the fear of missing out. Yeah, all of these are very common psychological problems with trading, but you'll also find you have your own little problems as well. Yeah, so there's many things we can talk about. I like the question, but this would be a whole video in itself, guys. Okay, guys, there's a few psychology videos on my channel. So guys, perhaps if you want to join my channel, the link is in the live chat. Come join that and check out a few of my psychology videos. Yeah, but that is a massive subject and I cannot do it justice in 10 minutes. Econ, what kind of vodka are you drinking? Any. I'm not fussy. Any vodka. Ahmad, yeah, any vodka. As long as it's alcohol. I'm only joking. Okay, Ahmad, you want to look at the US 30. Okay, so let's look at some of the indices now, guys. All right. Okay. So, guys, yeah, the Dow Jones. Let's take a look at the Dow Jones. Let's take a look at the hourly chart, because like I said, guys, the Fed interest rate decision and the projections were very hawkish. And hawkish means they want to continue to increase interest rates. Okay. Yeah, they're very concerned about the risk of inflation, the hawks. Yeah, and they want to increase interest rates. And they basically said they're going to increase interest rates above 5% in the midterm in 2023. And then that then has a knock-on effect to the indices, because hawks tend to limit economic growth. Okay, so all of the indices will consider this news bad for them. Hence, on the hourly chart, we've had this bearish reaction so far. All right, so I just wanted to share that with you to start with. But again, what we're going to do is we are going to do a top-down approach on the Dow Jones. Okay, and this is for you, Ahmad. I hope you enjoy. Okay, let's remove this here. So, yeah, I remember looking at this morning, guys, right? And the thing you have here is the structure is very confusing, all right? So price was clearly in a downtrend, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, okay? But then price shot up and made a higher high, and then shot down and made a lower low. So we have higher highs and lower lows. What do you call that? Answers on a postcard. So yeah, okay, so this is on the weekly chart, it's difficult to read, all right? But again, yeah, if we look at support and resistance zones, there's clearly a level through here, which I would include all of this. Guys, I know this is a big area of support and resistance, but we're on the weekly chart. It's going to be big. So historically, prices react, I mean, even here and here, prices reacted historically at this level, in this gray zone. And again, we're getting a reaction as we speak. So this is a really important gray zone on the weekly chart, all right? Judging, and then also, guys, there's a lot of information in the candlesticks, yeah? There's all the information you need is in the candlesticks. Look at this bearish red candle, okay? So we've got up to one of our important gray zones. We've then seen a bearish candlestick, yeah, react at this gray zone. So this would tell us we have a bit of room down to the downside, perhaps down to our moving average 20, or even further down to perhaps this low here, okay? All right, but again, I want to see price breaking down, but this is my weekly chart view. Let's now look at the day chart. Okay, so we then drop down to the day chart. Okay, so what are we seeing here? So I'm seeing a bit of a breakdown, guys. All right, so price was clearly in an uptrend, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs. But this low hasn't quite broken yet, okay? So we haven't seen a breakdown in structure, but a big red flag to tell us if trend is slowing down is this. We are currently not making higher highs, all right? So again, it will be interesting to see what this daily candle does and how it finishes, but we are not making higher highs. This is always a red flag that structure or trend could be changing. So what do I want to see? Again, guys, I'm going to move this larger gray zone so we can make this a little bit more clear. I want to see this. Okay, I want to see a breakdown in this structure. We haven't made a higher high. I want to see a breakdown in structure. And then if I see this, yeah, lower highs, lower lows, I will be shorting the hell out of this market. Okay, that would be a really good setup. Okay, so this is what I'm seeing on the on the indices, guys. This is reciprocated on a lot of the indices. But so I'm only looking for shorts really. I cannot look for buys because of this area. Yeah, if you remember, we plotted this earlier. Yeah, because of this area of resistance, I cannot buy into this gray zone. Yeah, that does not compute in my brain. I cannot buy into an area of resistance. Do not do this. Crazy people do this. Yeah, instead, I need to see a breakdown. If we got a break above this gray zone, then yeah, okay, we could perhaps take it back up to these highs over here. But for me, I want to see a breakdown in structure. Okay, so Ahmed, I hope that helps you. Annabelle Henry, hello. US dollar gold. Okay, we'll look at all of those guys, but Iwe Feromio, I hope I pronounced your name right. I apologize if I haven't. I will look at gold for you, sir. Let's have a look. So let's take a look at gold. And Annabelle, you also want to look at gold. So this is good. Let's look at gold. Where are we here? So again, guys, I've already got my gray zones mapped out. I'm just going to extend these a little bit. And guys, I plot these gray zones every morning as part of my daily analysis. So if you would like to receive my daily analysis, then come join my channel. Yeah, Simply Forex. The link is in the live chat. So just click on the link, come join us, guys, and I will give you this analysis, these gray zones every morning, every day, but not Saturday and Sunday. Okay, so again, top-down approach, guys. I suggest you do the same. What are we looking at? So we're looking at this. So it was in a downtrend, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower lows, lower highs, didn't create a lower low. Remember, like I said, if we are not making lower lows in a downtrend, or if we're not making higher highs in an uptrend, it is a red flag. All right, this is telling us that structure could be breaking down. Sure enough, we get a real bullish reaction, yeah, from these lows here, breaking this high. Okay, so now structurally, on the weekly chart, we are in an uptrend. But as you can see, again, we're seeing an area of resistance here. Yeah. Okay, so this gray zone, again, is also very important. A lot of currency pairs, indices, commodities are all at very important levels. Okay, so we need to see how they react at these levels. And again, guys, I just want you to consider the candlesticks. All right. So this is telling me that buyers are in control. This is a doji. This doesn't tell me anything. But for me, we're in an uptrend and buyers are in control. Okay, just by looking at this green candle. And again, it'll be interesting to see where this candle finishes. All right. If it breaks above this zone and we get another bullish green candle, we are going to start buying this pair. Okay. But let's drop down to the day chart, guys, and check out what is happening on here. So, yeah, we're at this important gray zone. So again, guys, we want to see a couple of things happen. So price could, yeah, we'll see by the end of the day, see what happens. But this wick here, yesterday's wick, closed back into this gray zone. So we did not have a break of this gray zone. The body of the candle needs to break it. Okay, so we didn't have a break of this gray zone first and foremost. So if the daily candle comes up and breaks above here, looks something like this. Imagine this is a green candle and it breaks this high. I am looking for for longs. All right, but again, guys, if this gray weekly zone holds, again, I just want to see a breakdown in structure, okay? And then I think we can take price back down to this gray zone, okay? Because we have we have a battle basically, guys. We've got an uptrend on the day chart, okay, and lots of buying pressure, and then we have weekly resistance. So yeah, daily buying pressure. Get my teeth in, and then we have weekly selling pressure because we're at a grey zone, a very important resistance zone. So what if we have this fight, yeah, between the weekly and the daily? We need to wait for the market to tell us who has won. Because once we have this, what you'll probably find is we'll have a bit of a ranging market, yeah, because we've got weekly selling pressure, daily buying pressure, until we get a winner. It could break up here or it could break down here. Yeah, we need to market to tell us who is the winner. So again, for gold, guys, it's at this pivotal level. Yeah, this pivotal level here. Let's see how it reacts. Okay. Let's just drop down to the H4 chart and see how that is behaving. All right. Okay. So as you can see, this would suggest nothing but buys really. Okay. Ever since that CPI news, yeah, price has come back down, tested these last highs, and now it's bouncing back up. Okay. So I think at least we can get back up to these highs here. Okay, but again, let's see what happens with the daily candle once that forms. All right, so yeah, Ahmed and Annabelle, I hope that answers your, I hope that just helps you with analyzing gold, guys. Again, it depends on your strategy and what you're looking for. But yeah, that's what I'm looking at. Chimdi, US dollar, Canadian dollar. Let me do that for you. Okay, let me find US dollar, Canadian dollar. So again, guys, weekly chart, what are we seeing? Okay, let me have a quick drink of my nameless brand vodka. Hopefully I'll get sponsored by a vodka company. Okay, so what are we seeing, guys? So weekly, clearly in an uptrend. Yeah, you do not need to be Warren Buffett to see this is in an uptrend. And it's bounced off of a very good support level, yeah, and the moving average 20. And also look at the bullishness of this green candle. Everything on the weekly chart is telling me we can at least get back up to these highs. All right. So that's what I'm seeing on the weekly chart. I would be buying this. All right. So yeah, that's what I'm seeing here. Then we're going to drop down to the day chart. And then what is this telling us? And again, on the day chart, we're getting, yeah, we can see price did try to break down. Yeah, it broke these lows. So for me, when I saw that, we was in a downtrend. But ever since, price has been coming back up again. So for me, I would potentially be looking for buys. Let's just delete this. If I draw a diagonal line in. Yeah, so for me, guys, I think this could become an interesting level here. Yeah, if we get a bullish reaction, I think we can firstly at least take price back up to these highs and then even these weekly highs over here. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing on the Canadian dollar. I would be looking for buys. Yeah, how I trade, guys, is this. I would trade price back up to here, this level, where I would close 80% of my trade. And then I would let 20% run, okay, up to here. So that's how I roll. So yeah, that's what I'm seeing on US dollar CAD. I hope that helps you, Chindi. Dan Nunn, things you would tell a new trader. This is going to be quite controversial. Don't waste too much time on a demo. Yeah, learn your strategy on a demo. Back test your strategy, make sure you have a robust strategy that suits your personality, and then start putting skin in the game, as in real money, as soon as possible, because you need to understand how that feels. Yeah, it goes back to psychology. But yeah, don't put big amounts. Yeah, just trade small amounts of money, but it has to be real money. Yeah, I know people who are experts on a demo. They're like, Tom, look at me. I've made 20% in 3 days. I'm like, well done. They go onto a live account and they, yeah, let's say they don't get those figures. Yeah. So yeah, try to get skin in the game as soon as possible, but make sure you have a strategy that you've back tested and that you're ready to go live with. Okay, so that, and then patience, patience, patience. Learn to sit on your hands. This is a skill. Probably the one of the most important skills I've learned is to sit on my hands. Read a book, watch a film while the charts are in the background. Don't feel as if you need to trade. It's a very funny game, trading. Less is more. Yeah, there's no other job in the world that less is more. Yeah, our very being is trained to do more work. You know, if you have a job, you're like, I must do more work. I must do more work. Trading is not like that. You really need to break that mindset that you have. Yeah, Riz fans, sit on your hands. Patience is a problem for everyone. Sit on your hands. Hi Tom, hi Mira, hi Aniket. How can I avoid getting faked out in the market by seeing a bullish engulfing at a key area? Okay, what do you do then? That's 9. How have you been trading? All right, so I'm going to look at a fake out. Okay, so lots of people trade breakouts, but we don't know if it's a fake out or not. Okay, so let's take a look at one of those. Yeah, let's look at that first. I don't know, let's look at Euro, US dollar. Let's look at the hourly chart. Okay. Let me look for a trade. Basically, guys, I'm trying to find a thing where we could look for a fake out or a breakout. Okay, let's look at this. This is the best I could find in a very short period of time. Okay, let me remove these blue lines. We don't need those anymore. So this is trading a breakout, or when do we know if it's a fake out? Okay, good question. Let's have a look. Let's imagine I am trading a break of this high. Okay. Yeah, like I say, guys, I've just found this at very short notice, so bear with me. Let's say, yeah, I'm looking for as soon as price breaks this high, yeah, I'm looking to buy this pair. Okay. And then sure enough, price comes up and we get this H1 candle. All right. So I enter the trade. All right. I am entered the trade at the close of this candle. Okay. I'd probably put my stop below here. All right. So entered here on the breakout of this high, my stop loss is here. What you need to see for a breakout, guys, is momentum, because a breakout trade by definition is a momentum trade. It's breaking out. If something breaks out, it carries on. It doesn't break out and come back. Okay, so what you need to see within the next 1 or 2 candles is a break of this last high. This last candle's high, you want to see a break of in a very short space of time. Okay, we want to see a candle break above this, even the next candle or the second candle. Yeah, give it 1 or 2 hours, and then we want to see a break of this high and then continue with the momentum. Okay, that is how you trade a breakout. It has to have momentum. As you can see, this was a fake out. Yeah. Instead, we got this very bearish candle that come back below our gray zone, and we didn't get a break of this high. The break of this last high is very important on a breakout. This needs to happen quickly. You could even look on the M15 chart to make sure that happens quickly. So what I would do here, instead of waiting for price to come down and take my stop loss out here, yeah, as soon as you see this candle, close your trade. Yeah, close your trade, take a small loss. So yeah, it hasn't worked. You haven't had a breakout. So this would be your loss. Close straight away as soon as you see this candle, and then this would be your loss, not this. Okay, so that's how to trade it, and that's how to get out of it as quickly as possible. Okay, if you don't get that momentum. Let's look at a fake out that actually worked. Okay, that's news driven. Let's look at a different pair, Euro New Zealand. Right, can't find one. All right, this one, guys. Okay, so this one. So let's say we're looking for a breakout here. Yeah. All right, we've highlighted an area of resistance, and we said to ourselves at the start of the day, if we get a break of these highs, I am looking for a buy. Okay, so this candle happens. Yeah, we get a break of these highs, we enter at the close of this candle. I would probably put my stop loss below here. It's a very conservative stop loss, I know. And then, as you can see, yeah, the high of this candle gets taken out very quickly. Yeah, and then we continue up. So if you trade breakouts, it's all about momentum. Yeah, this high gets taken out with the next candle. It's all about the entry candle's high. Yeah, this here. If that gets taken out very quickly, it's a breakout. We've got the momentum and we can continue this up. Okay. If it stutters, if it doesn't break that high, just get out of the trade. Okay, so I hope that helps you how to trade a breakout or a fake out than none. I hope that helps. And guys, if you're enjoying my analysis, then come join my channel, Simply Forex. I do this analysis every single morning. So yeah, join the channel. The link is in the live chat. So yeah, come join us, guys. We would love to have you. We can drink vodka together. Right, other questions. Fake out, beautiful analysis, thank you. What do you do for your daily analysis in the morning? Sham, how long have you been trading? I've been trading for about 15 years now. 2008 is when I started. Navin, don't you think weekly will be more dominating than daily? I understand what you're saying, Navin, but we can't think like this as traders. We need the market to tell us who has won, weekly or daily. Let the market tell you first, then trade accordingly. Don't think the weekly will win, because it might not. Okay, so let the market tell you who wins that battle before you start trading. Okay. So what do you do for your daily analysis every morning? All right, Joanne, good question. So this is what I do every morning. Let's pick a random pair. Let's look at Euro Canadian dollar. All right. So this is what I do, guys. Every morning, let's zoom back here. Every morning I do this. I'm going to even remove this gray zone. So this is what I do every morning, guys. This is important. Yeah, you can quickly get through a lot of currency pairs. So like I say, I look at 28 currency pairs, but I'm not going to trade 28 currency pairs. I'm not a crazy man. I don't want more gray hair, but I'm going to look at 28 currency pairs and then narrow it down to the best setups. All right, simple as that. So I look at the weekly chart first of all, and I say to myself, what is this telling me? So straight away, this is telling me I'm looking at a couple of things. So I'm looking at structure first of all, and price was coming down, okay, but then price is clearly in an uptrend. So first of all, I look at structure. Then I look at areas of support and resistance. And this area through here is a clear area of potential resistance for me. Yeah, it reacted here, 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 here. Okay, it's reacted historically at this level. And what I'm also looking for are the candlesticks. Yeah, so look how bullish these candlesticks are. Okay, we know that Canadian dollar's been quite weak because of oil has been dropping like a stone. Okay, so all of this is telling me perhaps we have a little bit more room up to here, but things are very overbought. Then I look at the day chart. Okay, and I ask myself, can I buy this market up to this level? Okay, and to be honest with you, because of all of these wicks, look at all of these wicks on these candles. It's just been rejecting. Okay, so that's telling me, if anything, to short this pair. Okay, so for me, you've got three options. You have to ask yourself, would I buy this pair? And the answer for me is no, because of all of these wicks on these candles. I wouldn't like to buy into these wicks. Okay. Second question you have to ask yourself is, would you short this pair? And the answer is no, I wouldn't short this pair because I still think we have a bit of movement up to the grey zone. So the third thing you need to ask yourself, should I stay out of this pair? And the answer is yes. Okay, I should stay out of this pair because I'm not confident to buy this pair because of these wicks, and I'm not confident to short this pair because it's in such a bullish trend. So I would stay out of this market. Okay, then I go to the next currency pair. I look at the daily and the weekly and I ask myself, would I buy it? Would I sell it? Would I would I stay out of this pair? So one trade I looked at today was this, okay, was pound Japanese yen. So I looked at the weekly chart and I saw there's a lot of selling pressure up here. Yeah, this huge rejection wick that we had. Yeah, because price was really holding on to these last highs here. It broke it, but then price comes storming back down. All right. So weekly, yeah, we've closed back below these highs. All right. And we're still holding at these highs. All right. So that's what I'm seeing on the weekly chart. I then go down to the daily chart. And I ask myself, what is this telling me? Okay. And if we look at this, we can see that price was in an uptrend, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, but then price has started to break down. Yeah. Okay. We had lower highs and then we had lower lows. And ever since then, we've been in a range. All right. So this is tradable to the downside. And yeah, not only that, we had a bearish candle form at these last highs. So I said to myself, can I short this pair? And the answer was yes, because we're at this grey zone. I've had a bearish engulfing candlestick pattern form, and we also have room back down to this last area of support. Okay. So pound Japanese yen was one pair that I said yes to. I will trade this today. Then, of course, guys, you then go to the next currency pair and so on. All right. So that's what I do every morning. So you don't have to. And then I give you these trade ideas on my channel every morning. So join the channel. Don't buy resistance. Yes, Eric. Eric, sit on your hands. Ahmad, US dollar, Japanese yen. Okay, let me just answer Ellie's question. How long did it take you to become consistently profitable? All in all, probably about 8 years. Yeah, that's how long it took me to become consistently profitable, totally confident with my strategy and how I trade. Yeah, so it's different for different people, guys. Okay, but that's how long it took me. Right, Ahmed, US dollar, Japanese yen. Let's have a look. Right, what are we seeing here? So again, this was a trade idea, potential trade idea for today. So what were we seeing? So let's again start with the weekly chart. All right, and this is clearly in an uptrend. Yeah, okay, but ever since this reached this high, look at all of this selling pressure. Just look at these candles, bearish, bearish, bearish. And look how pathetic the green candles are. Yeah, buyers are not in control of this market, although we are in an uptrend. Okay, so that's what we're seeing on the weekly chart. And I also think we have a little bit more room down to these last lows here. Hence, I've plotted this grey zone. Okay, then guys, we are going to look at the daily chart and see what we see there. So let me look at the day chart. And again, I've plotted this grey zone because this was a really good area to start shorting from. So price was clearly in a downtrend on the day chart. Okay, remember all of that weekly selling pressure. And then this is support. And then I love, 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 love this pattern. Yeah, once price comes back up to these last areas, what was once support becomes very good resistance. Yeah, if you traded only this pattern in the market, you would make money. All right, and again, we got a reaction back down to these lows. All right, admittedly, this was a bit of CPI and news driven, but this is what we were looking at a US dollar, Japanese yen. Like I say, guys, I still think it has a bit of room to the downside to this grey zone, but we have to be careful. I still think we can come down to here. But do you want to be selling into this? Not really, guys. Price has already reacted here once. I would not want to keep selling into this. So today, as we speak right now, it's a difficult one to trade. I would probably stay out of the market. So yeah, I hope that helps you with US dollar, Japanese yen. Guys, I've got to go. I've got to go to bed. I need my beauty sleep. But if you've enjoyed my analysis, then please come join my channel, Simply Forex. They've put a link in the live chat. So thank you guys at A1 Trading. Thank you, Trader Nick. Yeah, they've put a link in the channel, in the live chat. So come join that, guys. Love to have you on the channel. I hope you've enjoyed all of my analysis. I hope you have a great trading week, and I will see you again soon. See you later, guys.
Thanks again for watching today's show. Our goal at A1 Trading is to continue to share free value to our audience through daily videos and articles, keeping you up to date with the latest market coverage. If you enjoy our content, make sure to subscribe for more. And remember to check the description below if you're looking for a new broker or looking for a trading community to join. From all of us at A1 Trading, have a great day, and we'll see you next time.